Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, dear viewers, welcome to this session. And previously, we have discussed a general introduction about morpheme. And now, today, we are going to discuss, or in this session, we are going to discuss word. And we know the word classes or the parts of speech. We have, if I simply write here, a word, you know that we have 8 fundamental parts of speech or word classes. We have noun, we have pronoun, and we have adjective, and we have adverb, and we have preposition, and then we have conjunction, and then we have noun, we have pronoun, and we have also verb, and we have interjection. Okay, and some grammar books, they give us a separate word class, that is determiners, and we will go through them as well. But these are general, your textbooks, your grammar books up to elementary level or up to senior secondary level, they generally discuss about these parts of speech, these word classes: verb, noun, pronoun, adjective, adverb, preposition, conjunction, and interjection. Now, if I ask you, or if I tell you that what is the primary function of a noun, or if I ask you what is a noun, so you may simply say, sir, this is a naming word. It may name a person, a thing, or a place, or an idea, whatever we can think of. So pronoun, it is used in place of noun. Adjective, it modifies or it gives us more information about noun. Adverb, it modifies the meaning of verb, adverb and adjective. Preposition, so this is simply like a connection between two words, and it generally comes before a noun. And conjunction, these are connecting words, and interjection, these are just when, for example, we say hi, hurrah, ouch, oh, these are interjections. So now, and verb, you know, these are action words which define action or which state a particular, which states a particular thing or particular profession or whatever, anything like extra. So ये बताना चाहूँगा मैं, नाउन तो इसम होता है, प्रोनाउन इसम ज़मीर होता है, एडजेक्टिव ये सिफत बयान करता है। एडजेक्टिव का हमेशा जो ताल्लुक़ होता है, जो रिलेशन होता है, वो नाउन के साथ होता है। एडवर्ब जो है, एडवर्ब का जो रिलेशन होता है, इसका कनेक्शन जो होता है या तो वर्ब के साथ होगा या एडजेक्टिव के साथ होगा या दूसरे किसी एडवर्ब के साथ होगा। इसी तरह प्रपोजिशन ये हमेशा नाउन से पहले आती है, और कंजक्शन, दीज आर कनेक्टिंग वर्ड्स. The conjunction can connect two words, two clauses, two phrases, whatever, it depends. And interjection ये simply ऐसे word होते हैं जो हम कभी भी मतलब किसी ऐसे हाल में बोलते हैं, आह, मतलब hurrah, like these. So these are interjections. And verb, तो ये तो fail है, यानी कि कोई भी ऐसा action word, या तो जो we have generally two types of verbs, dynamic verbs and stative verbs. Dynamic verbs are those verbs which give us a crystal clear information about an action. When action is going on, then you have a dynamic verb. But if it states, for example, he is a doctor, then is a main verb and it states a profession of a person, then it is a stative verb. So let's Today, in this section, this session, we are going to discuss about noun. So, when we are talking about noun, तो जब हम noun को लेते हैं तो हम पढ़ेंगे types of noun. We will discuss functions of noun, and we will discuss forms of noun, and also we will discuss about markers of nouns. So first we will talk about types of noun. So जब हम type की बात करते हैं, when we talk about types of noun, तो उससे हमारी क्या मुराद होती है? Classification, or you can say the difference between proper versus common noun. Types में हम यही देखते हैं, proper noun और common noun में क्या फ़र्क है. इसी तरह concrete versus abstract. Similarly, we have collective versus unit. Similarly, we have countable versus uncountable. And then as far as form is concerned, we have another category, we call them compound nouns. Okay, so जब हम types of nouns की बात करते हैं तो we study proper nouns, common nouns, concrete nouns, abstract nouns, collective nouns, unit nouns, countable nouns or uncountable nouns, and also we have compound nouns. When nouns are made up of two or more than two words, then they are generally called as compound nouns. So first, हम बात करेंगे proper nouns versus common nouns. The proper nouns or common nouns, first of all, what are nouns? We know they are naming words. Nouns are simply naming words. We can name a place, name of a thing, name of a person, name of an idea. So you can simply call them nouns. So as far as proper nouns are concerned, जहाँ तक proper nouns की बात है, तो we have, for example, personal names. Personal names like maybe Abdullah, Ahmad, Muhammad, David, John, Ram. These are the personal proper nouns. And sometimes we have geographic names like Kashmir, like Jammu, like USA, like England, like Turkey. So these are geographic names, proper nouns. So sometimes we have names of holidays, Eid al-Adha, Ram Navami. So these are the proper names of which are connected with holidays. And similarly, we have names of time units, Sunday, like that, hour, month. These are time units. And sometimes we have names of historic, those names which have historic significance. The French Revolution, the World War I, the World War II, like these. And then we have personified nouns. For example, some nouns are being personified despite what is personified or personification? When you give a human attribute to a non-human entity. That is simply called personification. Okay, so these are some proper nouns. Now we will read about the features of proper nouns. Okay, the features of proper nouns, आप कुछ features जो आपने जानने हैं grammatically उनमें क्या कौन से features है proper nouns के वो आपने understand करने हैं. So first of all you should know that proper nouns do not vary for number. यानी कि you cannot have plural of proper nouns. You cannot have Kashmir and Kashmirs. You cannot have India and Indias like that. You do not have plural form of proper nouns. So similarly, proper nouns are not used with determiners. You cannot say the Ahmed, the Abdullah. You cannot say an Abdullah or like that. So we use proper nouns without determiners. Similarly, then we have proper nouns begin with capital letters. So these are some grammatical features regarding proper nouns. After that, we have common nouns. Common nouns, you have boy, girl, women, you have fields, you have garden, you have book, you have school, you have institution, you have country, you have state, you have river, you have lake, you have ocean. These are common nouns. And as far as common nouns are concerned, we use determiners before common nouns. For example, we can say a person, we can say a river, or we can say an ocean. So you can use common nouns with a determiner. Instead of this, common noun, when we talk about proper nouns, so no determiner. So common nouns begin with small letters, and this is another difference between common nouns and proper nouns. As far as proper nouns are concerned, proper nouns begin with capital letters, but common nouns begin with small letters. Another category we are going to discuss, that's the difference between concrete and abstract. So what are concrete nouns? Concrete nouns or physical objects, those objects which can be perceived by senses, by our senses. So you can call them concrete nouns. For example, you can say building, you can say hospital, you can say school, you can say pen, you can say book, you can say this marker, you can say fan, you can say room. These are concrete nouns. So concrete nouns are those nouns which are physical objects and which can be sensed by our senses. So these are concrete nouns. And as far as abstract nouns are concerned, so these are the words or naming words which belong to concepts, ideas, which you cannot sense by your senses, which you cannot feel, you cannot touch them. For example, hunger, for example, anger, for example, happy, for example, sad. These are certain words. These are, for example, sadness. If I talk about nouns, then sadness, hungry, angry, or anger. So sometimes, because it depends how you use these words. Sometimes the same word can be used as noun and same word can be used as an adjective. It depends how you use these words. So after that, we will move on to the next category, that is countable versus uncountable. So as far as countable and uncountable words are concerned, you can have names of separate people or separate things or separate objects which you can count. They are generally called as countable nouns. And those which are not as separate units, those nouns you can call that uncountable nouns. For example, names of materials, abstract ideas, liquids. So these are uncountable nouns. So furthermore, countable nouns, they have plural forms. We have doctor, we have doctors, we have book, books, we have building, buildings, we have office, offices, we have pen, pens, we have bike, bikes. So countable nouns have plural forms. Okay. Countable nouns are preceded by a or an. You can use article before countable nouns. If a countable noun is singular, you can use a or an. Also, countable nouns can be preceded by number. You can say one person, two persons, you can say 3 doctors, you can say 5 books, you can say 6 pens, you can say 10 doctors, etc. So as far as uncountable nouns are concerned, the simple definition of uncountable nouns, these are the names of the materials, liquids, anything which is abstract quantity, anything abstract idea. So these fall under the category of uncountable nouns. Okay, so countable and uncountable. We have then uncountable nouns are not preceded by a or an. So you can say countable nouns are preceded by a or an. So countable nouns can be preceded by numbers. Uncountable nouns cannot be preceded by numbers. So we have some types of uncountable nouns. Those nouns which are related with food, which are related with fluids, which are related with raw material, for example, if we are talking about food, we have rice, we have wheat, we have barley. These are types of food. We have fluids like water, tea, coffee, milk, and raw material. We have wood, paper, glass. So these are some types of uncountable nouns. You cannot use a determiner a or an, or you cannot use numbers. You cannot say 5 milks. You cannot say 6 coffees. No. Yes, you can say 5 glasses of milk, not 5 milks, like that. So this is the difference between countable and uncountable nouns. And also uncountable nouns, we have another types. Just wait a second, we can discuss here. Uncountable nouns, we have categories of food, we have categories of fluids, we have categories of raw materials, We have categories of gases. We have categories of languages. We have categories of sports. Also, we have these are some fundamental types of uncountable nouns. I hope that you might have understood the difference between countable nouns and uncountable nouns. Now we have to discuss about collective nouns. As far as collective nouns are concerned, the words for a group of plants, group of animals, group of persons, group of fishes, group of things, or group of anything which can be sensed by our senses, you can categorize that in the category of collective nouns. For example, you can say army, a group of soldiers. This is army. It is a collective noun. You can say a fleet of ships. So this is a group of ships. You can call it fleet, and this is a collective noun. You can say a pack of wolves. Wolves, the group of wolves. You can say that they are in a pack. Similarly, you can say a herd of animals, a flock of sheep. So these are collective nouns. So different. This is the definition, the simple definition of collective noun. Now we have some features of collective nouns. For example, collective nouns are countable. Collective nouns are countable, and collective nouns can followed by singular or plural verbs. It depends. Whether you use a collective noun as a singular entity, then it will it is followed by a singular verb, and if you take it as a plural entity, then it is followed by a plural verb. Now, in the last, we have compound nouns. As I told you in the beginning, that compound nouns are those nouns which are comprised by two or more than two words. These are known as compound nouns. For example, we have first noun plus noun, such as football match. So this is a compound noun which is formed by two nouns: football match, cricket match. So you can log book. So these are the compound nouns which are formed by noun plus noun. Second category, we have adjective plus noun. When we have adjective plus noun, we have common people. This is another compound noun formed by an adjective and noun. Third, possessive noun plus noun. For example, we have men's park. So possessive noun plus noun, and we have then verb plus noun. For example, we have cookbook or we have swimsuit. Swim is verb and suit is noun, so verb plus noun is a compound noun. So we have another fifth noun plus verb, and we have, for example, handshake. Okay, then we have another part that is gerund plus verb. For example, dining room, gerund plus noun, sorry. So we have dining room. For example, another we have noun plus gerund. We have wind surfing. We have wind surfing. We have another part, preposition plus noun. Preposition plus noun. So, for example, we have byproduct. Similarly, we have verb plus preposition. Or sometimes adverb. Push up. So another we have noun plus prepositional phrase, and we have commander-in-chief. Commander-in-chief. So these are some basic types of compound nouns, where noun plus noun forms a compound noun, where adjective plus noun forms a compound noun, possessive noun plus noun, verb plus noun, noun plus verb, gerund plus noun, noun plus gerund, preposition plus noun, verb plus preposition or adverb. Similarly, we have noun plus prepositional phrase. So these are some compound nouns, and we have to understand them, how they are used in language and how they are formed in a language. Suppose we have football match, it is a noun, but it is a compound noun formed by two nouns, noun and noun. We have handshake. Handshake, it is a noun, but it has been formed by two entities, noun plus verb, makes it handshake. So these are compound nouns.